anywhere. Let us know. Remember, we're on Twitter at ESL Halo. Use the hashtag HaloWC. It's time. Best of 7. Liquid versus EnVyUs. Will Liquid continue with their cruise control performance against EnVyUs? Will EnVyUs be able to bring it back and come back into control of their own destiny? We're about to find out in this best of 7 with the commentary. Take it away, Elamite and T-Squared.
Thank you so much, Axel Toss. And yes, we are getting into the action. A series that everyone here is extremely excited for. Is Envy going to be able to bring it back and finally defeat Team Liquid? We are starting out on game number 1, Strongholds on the rig. Tom, who are we looking at?
Starting this one off with Stellar. What a series we have here up in round 1. Crowd, I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Make some noise, guys in the chat. If you want your team to win, make sure that you post your logos in the chat. 1 for Envy, 2 for Liquid. Stellar has the railgun. Pistola falls off the map. And this is going to be an interesting play here. What's he going to do here? Does he want to get aggressive because he saw the numbers, or does he want to back off because he has the weapons? Now he's been pinched, and that's what happens when you kind of sit in the middle of the map there. That's why sometimes being a little bit aggressive in Halo 5 pays dividends. Ooh. And bye, Stellar. See you later.
And so far, he saw Pistola jump off the map, so he said, if you can do it, I can do it better, and decided to jump right off after him. But either way, talking about this series here, as we're finally seeing Envy put some points on the board. Liquid looking to secure their very first stronghold. That one's going to be Nest here, but it's not going to do anything. Those points are still going on the board here for Envy. As you see, Liquid is pushing over towards engine side of the map, and just as that happens, Rain gets collapsed on by 2 players. Envy is going for a trade there on the strongholds. You guys can have the BR base. We're going to go for Nest. We want to set up here outside of the map, and just like that, Liquid not able to secure any points here. Envy still running away.
Yeah, it looks pretty good here for Envy. I mean, what's so interesting is the matchups, and we've talked about it so much in Halo 5. I saw Papa Micklin post on the Team Beyond forums about how this matchup does not favor Envy. Liquid seems to have their number. I think Dave touched on it, Eric touched on it a little bit as well. But this is a great confidence builder for these guys. If they can continue to build on this lead here, they have 2 of the strongholds, just continue to set up for this camouflage, that's going to be great for them. They're going to need some sort of morale boost after having a rough day, and there's no better way to do it than winning game 1 of the series.
Right, and fall finals, let's jump back there real quick. Liquid gets destroyed by Envy. Liquid makes 2 roster changes, has come back and has won the last 3 times these teams have matched up. They beat Envy 3-2 in St. Louis. They beat them 4-1 in the winners bracket of Vegas, and then 4-2 in the losers bracket. So this is Envy's opportunity to prove that they're still here and they're still one of the top 2 teams, because Liquid has been saying otherwise.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's not a matter of individual play for these guys either. It's just a matter of communication as a team, just who's kind of playing better at the moment, and controlling the weapons, obviously. And that's one of the things that Penguin does so well. You can see he has railgun, he has the scatter shot, he has the camouflage, and he can't find any kills. So that's super unfortunate for him. They even know where he is on the side of Envy too. So now Penguin going to take a new route and try to find out where he can help his team the most. That should have been an easy kill. That could have been a double, but he's going to find it anyway. A little bit delayed. His teammate's going to die because of that. But either way, still a nice job staying alive and going for the objective here by Penguin.
Yeah, everything still works out in his favor, but absolutely could have kept his teammates alive, could have gotten the hill just maybe a hair faster. Penguin, I'd put him in one of my probably top 5 as far as overall power weapon control, and not very often do you see these players get the opportunity to have everything on the map, and he was not putting it to use like I would have expected him to initially. Still got a couple shots left in both of these guns, so hopefully he can step this one up here for Liquid, as they still have the lead, but they're starting to lose Nest and Basement. Maybe looking at an Envy triple cap here in just a moment.
One of the things when you have railgun and scattershot is you have to be very smart and aware of the angles that you're taking, because there's only certain areas that you can fight. You don't want to engage any mid to long range battles. You don't want to get too weak. You're looking for pretty much long range battles or close range battles, and that's it. And wow, Pistola is going to shut that down immediately here. Envy now regaining control after Liquid maintained it for quite some time. A lot of that having to do with Penguin holding the weapons.
Yeah, and we talk about kill swings all the time. So this is a Strongholds, obviously not a team slayer. Kill swings still important, but not necessarily as important as when every frag counts there. And what we saw was Penguin, who probably should have gotten, if he had only the railgun, normally he gets 4 or 5 kills. He got maybe 2 kills, had the camo, had the scatter shot, and then turned it over into the hands of Envy. And look at that kill feed there. Pistola's got a railgun, Snipe Down's got a railgun. That backfired over to Liquid extremely hard.
Yeah, I want to actually go into a listen-in with Liquid and see what their comms are like as the camo was just grabbed by Eco.
I should be good. I should be good.
We gotta go Nest, yep.
Kevin has rail scatter. Kevin has
Go Nest.
pushing. I mean, camo scatter.
Okay.
Look at white corner.
They're gonna be top row. They're gonna be top row.
Huge weak. 2 there. One's going barrels.
Liquid's one shot. Nice one. 2 there.
One shot top rail. One
Nice.
top rail. Nice job, guys. Never kill top rail.
I should get this.
Barrels. I'm going back barrels.
Okay, my spawn carbine. I'm blocking.
Barrels with row. Barrels with row.
I'm going back to carbine. Okay.
Barrels with row. Weak. 12 me.
I'm side spawn.
Yeah. 2 here. I'm trying to live here. They're gonna be connected.
One shot basement. He spawned carbine, guys. He's absolute on the pole. Under like.
There's
3 basement.
3 basement. 3 basement.
Weak. One shot behind you.
Right. I'll get him. Dead.
Yo, let's push barrels now.
Nice shot.
Kevin still has camo.
They're going
Rails on me.
Basement is.
Rails on me. One shot. Snipe off. Dead. I killed one.
I'm pushing. I'm getting a basement.
Connector.
I'm in basement, guys. I'm coming connector. Carbine, weak connector. Two shot Ola.
Two connector.
Ola's
Quick one as well.
Yeah, we got him. I felt that.
Okay, it's all good.
All good.
Are you getting basement?
Scatter's on spawn.
Scatter 30. Scatter on 30.
Going top row, guys. I'm gonna hide top row.
One shot on BR. I'm just living.
Actually, I'm hiding bottom.
Yo, cuts.
Rush you, team. Get out of there. Absolute cuts, guys. Absolute cuts.
You want cuts?
Another one on Tim.
I'm gonna die.
Okay,
They're pushing barrels.
One shot.
Make cat to nest.
They might push you with scatter, Tim.
Yeah, we got me.
Yeah, on Tim.
Getting help here. Looking left. Dead.
Nice job.
Shit, rail guys.
Rail now. One space window. Hook. I'm just living.
Weakness. I need a basement window.
Okay.
Trying to push out barrels. Side pop. Connector.
Okay.
Guys, I'm in white hall.
Barrels right now. I'm getting naded. Hold on. Is one hiding nest probably?
Yeah, Nicklin's bottom. Nicklin's bottom. Side down's carbine. Got one. I got Nickline.
Railgun now.
And carbine.
Yo, carbine weak.
I'm on rail. They're gonna spawn bunker.
Carbine weak.
Yeah. We have top engine.
Snipe down. Carbine.
I'm gonna get scattered with rail. I lost it. He's snipe hall. He's going on my X with scatter snipe. There's a guy Maze. He ran connector with weapons.
Okay.
All right, now we do see Liquid still has control here, and this game is extremely close, but it is turning to be back and forth like crazy. Now, pointing out some of the things we saw in that listen-in was Team Liquid's communication. Something I hate when teams start doing is just calling out locations of players on the map. That was not what Liquid was doing. Liquid was saying, one shot here, I got your help, I'm gonna finish him off. Oh, there may be a guy hiding in this direction here. Just so much information.
It's okay.
Yeah,
boosting
each other's
I don't think I've ever
confidence.
fell off the map and my teammate said it was okay, but I think it's because we teamed together for so long.
Oh, that is definitely not me. I wouldn't have said anything. I know how much of a head case you were, Tom. I would have been like, no, Tom, you got this. You got this.
No,
Tom.
don't say you got this. That's the last thing I want people to say to me is like, I'm mid-pistol fight. You got this, you got this. But either way, here it is. Envy trying to retake control. You know what? They have fought really hard in this game. I'm curious to see what their communication is like. Let's go and hop into a listen-in with Team Envy.
Scatter, guys. Stellar. Stay alive.
He's two. Pushing basement right now.
Killed one.
One's pushing basement.
Basement.
Yeah. Basement. I got him. Nice. Another guy.
Basement.
Rail. He's on rail.
I'm down by you too.
He's probably gonna get basement.
They're gonna go Nest. Guys, stay alive.
They're on Nest. He's in basement weak with railgun.
I can't stop it.
Railgun killing barrels with railgun.
Two guys in barrels. One shot barrels on me with rail. He's barrels kind of weak with rail. Two on Nest. Two on barrels with rail.
Oh shit.
Nest one shot. Nest one shot.
I'm gonna die. Rain's weak.
You have scatter and BR base. Alright, we gotta get a counter here, but we gotta get slays first though. Right corner, I back barrels, runway, stay alive.
E2, Nest first?
Penguin's weak barrels. 2 weak guys, stay alive. I spawned Nest, and top side.
Penguin's weak barrels, I don't know where he went.
That's like all right now, he's weak in right corner. New rogun. He's right corner.
All right, and you can see there are a lot of chaos here coming out of Envy's communications as opposed to Liquid, and that's sometimes something that happens when you're getting triple capped on as far as the strongholds, and they're just accumulating points that quickly. You can see the lead has been taken or retaken by Team Liquid as you have EnVyUs trying to make a move here on this Nest, but so many frag grenades coming in. You can take a look at that kill feed. Hook answers back with a double, but then Rain with that railgun will go ahead and put 3 down here for Envy as we're coming into the final moments of the game. Nobody in position to grab the Nest. They have to make a move right now. They have to get in the hill within the next few seconds, or this is going to be an early lead coming out for Team Liquid.
Looks like they're going for the BR base and they're in position to get it. You have the railgun now in the hands of Eco, but can they get the reset and can they stop this one? Eco flies in last second. Is it enough? No, 99. And Hook has the camo. This is crazy turn of events, Kyle.
If this has any kind of indication on what's going to happen in the rest of this series, Tom, we are in for an amazing treat here. Envy trying to bring this back. It's coming down to the wire. Hook not able to get into the stronghold in time. 2 members.
He had camo. He could have just pulled a boo-boo-doo-boo and just been crouching somewhere. Instead, he started spinning around. That is so unfortunate.
And if you're wondering what time, let's give it up for Liquid. Eco's happy. He's pumped up about what just went on there. Hook mistimed the amount of time, a lot of times in there, that it was required to capture that stronghold. Now, when you put more than one player Yeah, when you put more than one player in the stronghold, it is going to capture much more quickly. Hook not able to get around the corner in time to contest that. And of course, Tom brought up the Boo Boo Doo Boo play. It's one of the best camo plays we have seen in competitive play. I want to say against Evil Geniuses, Boo Boo Doo Boo, last guy alive, hides in the middle of bottom center with 2 players looking for him with the camo, not shooting, not revealing himself, and actually won the game with that play.
Yeah, taking a look at the stats, stellar. Again, the guy is really impressive today in terms of his kills and his deaths. I mean, look at the assist support that he's getting from Penguin and Rain. And I was very impressed with the call-outs coming out. I think it was Rain's voice that I was hearing. He was definitely, in my opinion, the best communicator on the Liquid team. And that's what you need when you have players going off, going 20 and 10 or whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with, you know, focusing on your shot and listening to your teammates. You always need, I think, that one guy who doesn't maybe communicate as much as the other teammates. Doesn't mean he's not as good at communicating. It's just that when someone else is talking, you don't want to flood the communication too much, which EnVy was doing a little bit, but I feel like they were still listening to one another, and I didn't think it was the reason that they lost. I feel like that they just could have played a little bit better in certain situations, controlled some of the power weapons a little bit better. They got out power weaponed 11-8. Power up pickups, they had 1 more as well, so they just didn't put the power weapons to use as much when they got them too. So if they can just kind of brush that off, focus on getting control here, that's what EnVy needs. I feel like EnVy with the weapons is just as good and just as scary as Liquid, even maybe a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, EnVy with the power weapons, I mean, they go up onto like optic status with how well they're able to control those. Pistola, snipe down. I mean, the kid has snipe in his name. Clearly, he is amazing with that weapon here. Pistola, of course, has been that wizard, has been that power weapon controller, and has been such probably the clutchest player we've ever had in Halo.
Yeah, and looking at the kills too, it was 57-54, so it's not like they got outslayed heavily. It wasn't the case at all. It was extremely, extremely tight, but they just weren't able to rack up the points that they needed to, and I think it was just kind of poor decisions coming out with the camo at the end. It wasn't the worst decision in the world, especially when you're put in a situation where you can't make one single small error, not even just a mistake, just a slight little misstep, taking the wrong angle. Anything like that is going to cost you a game when those guys only need a couple of points. Now we move into Slayer Truth. EnVy fully capable of winning this game. Best of 7. Team Liquid up 1-0 here again. Moving into game 2. Crowd, guys, let's get hyped up. Get a little energy going.
Yeah, I mean, we are into bracket play right now. EnVyUs versus Liquid. Somebody's going down to the loser's bracket at the end of this series here. We're going to start this off with Hook. We saw what EnVy was able to do against Optic Gaming at the fall finals here. Game 7 of the rematch or the continuation series. They were able to just dominate and take the win there. So if Liquid is able to come out and win this game, I think that might be almost nails in the coffin here for EnVy, because this game type, I think, favors them.
Crazy to think that Hook flies out car side, nobody's car side, and then he can rarely see anyone over towards the pink side. There's the player that snuck around. It was Stellar. I'm really curious to see what kind of starting strategy or angles Stellar was taking, because he almost took himself out of the play, and then all of a sudden, amazing shots, perfect shots onto Mikwin from one of the worst angles in the game. How did he pull that off?
Yeah, that is not the fight you normally want to take, especially considering, you know, you're in front of the base, you're so exposed. I think there was a numbers advantage over to EnVy in that scenario too, and I was watching Stellar's face when he was shooting there. I don't even think he blinked. He didn't even make a move.
Yeah, he's the Stone Cold Killer, and the dude was yawning about 30 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. I don't even know. You guys saw when the games were about to start. He's sitting there and making me want to yawn as well. I mean, I don't know how this guy isn't chugging 100 Red Bulls when they're all sitting around here. But either way, Stellar has definitely, in my opinion, been a top 5 player here at the Halo World Championships today. Still a lot of weekend and a lot of games here in front of us, but still, this is the way that you want to play, especially on Friday, trying to set your team up for the best success possible.
Yeah, I mean, and what we're seeing, Stellar has always been considered top of the list. He bounced around between a couple different rosters in the beginning before he really found his stride here on this Team Liquid squad. We saw him on Enigma 6, we saw him on Optic Gaming, we saw him all over the place here, but now is when he is really starting to show his true form.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Mikwin point of view, so I want to see the decisions he's making. He's obviously very much in tune with the YY and the thrusting and all the mechanics that he necessarily needs, but I want to see some really solid shots, and I want to see Mikwin get P3. That's why he's here. I know this guy wants to go up there. There it is. Mikwin making his way to P3. The guy loves going up to the top of the map, and you know, that's the area that you want to hold, especially with the fact that, look at the clock, 9:50 camo coming up here. He should be able to drop if he wants. As another player on his radar down below him, that's a teammate. So this should be free. They have 3 guys over here, tons of resources for Envy on this side of the map, as they should. But I'm curious to see when they're going to start pushing and collapsing on spawns out they have the advantage.
All right, yeah, we are still over here on board with Mikwin as he is getting to a lot of action here below the base, but doing a great job of staying alive, both him and his teammate. The frag grenade's a little short, but a good charge here from the rest of Team Liquid. They collapse on this spawn, and they just put 3 members down.
Yeah, again, Stellar, every time you switch to the guy's point of view, he's picking up kills here. I'm curious to see what his actual stats are. Now, Pistola is sitting at 6-1, so let's go ahead and switch on over to the Wizard and see what he's up to.
Yeah, I know when he was in P2 with Mikwin just a moment ago, he picked up 3 kills and kept Mikwin alive, even including a stick in one of those 3. So you can see him, he is in a battle here with another Carbine player. So we got Carbine to Carbine battle and bubble to bubble action here, but the Hook comes in and does clean that one off. You can see everyone from Team Liquid will be coming off spawn over towards blue, assuming that this collapse works out, which it looks like it does. Sure enough, Pistola recognizing that, and the rest of Envy starting to need to rotate back to the other side of the map.
Yeah, Pistola either needed a challenge or just not challenge at all. Instead, he's just going to lay down a couple shots, call him out, and now double back on over here. But that's going to allow Team Liquid to focus on the pink side of the map. I'm really worried that they're just leaving the player hanging over towards that pink side. It looks like Snipe Down is there, so he's all alone, and there it is. Team Liquid taking advantage of that and then coming in with the flank, and it's Rain and Penguin, both respectively picking up the kills for Team Liquid.
Right, Rain does a great job thrusting back into P2 to stay alive, but no, Mikwin follows up on that kill and will go ahead and take that player out. He does drop, so it is going to be 2 dead for each team right now. Liquid is the first ones off the spawn. Pistola, however, winning the battle for P2.
Yeah, really nice battle there. That's huge for Pistola. Every kill matters so much. Envy, they need this game. I mean, it's not a must-win, but they are very, very close to being down on themselves with the way that they lost to Splice 3-1 here. Team Liquid, this is probably, I would say, the second hardest draw that they could have potentially had in the first round next to playing against Optic Gaming. But that's what happens when you end up just coming out flat to start the day. So uphill battle for the rest of the tournament for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, and what a matchup that we're having. This has been the losers bracket finals at almost every event so far, and they are matching up here right now, all because Envy let that match slip by against Splice.
Yeah, and they were not communicating nearly as much or nearly as well as they are in this series against Liquid. So it makes me wonder if they were just a little bit tired or if they didn't get enough sleep. You know, it's so interesting to think about, Kyle, because it's like Christmas for these guys, you know? And you know how it is sometimes on Christmas where you just can't fall asleep because you're so excited. The presents are coming under the tree. But you know what? That's some of the things that you have to harness in and use that energy and put that towards getting some rest, getting focused here. So Envy now starting to really kind of show that they can hang with Team Liquid in this game number 2. But again, they're gonna have to close these guys out. And Eco is in really great position to just lock down some fire. They also have another player over towards P2. So Kyle, he can just rotate back and forth and help collapse.
Oh, not only does he grab that kill, but he picks up a reversal as well. Now, Envy still has the lead. Now, I want to see if we can notice any kind of communication differences here between that last game and what they're doing here on Truth Team Slayer. So let's go ahead and go into an Astro listen in here with Team EnVyUs again.
Bottom red, yeah. Under red. Under red. Bottom blue. Bottom blue. Top card. Jumped up. I can't see him push you. Come to you, Kyler. I don't see him pushing you. He's not pushing you, Eric. He's absolute card 2. Absolute card 2. Ivory all Barrick. There's 2 cards.
One shot, bottom center. Absolute.
He's absolute.
He's one shot, pink 1. Absolutely. Jumped out from pink 1. From pink 1.
Blue 2 right now.
Blue 2 weak. Blue pink attic.
P2 on me. Blue pink attic right now. 2 here. Blue pink. 2-1. Guys, 2-1 on me. Blue pink combo on me right now. Pink 1. 2-1 guys. 3 on me. 3 on me, dude. Oh my god.
taking this BR to the window.
There's 3 bottom blue.
Car 3, car 3 as well.
3 bottom blue and
3.
absolutely under blue.
Bottom blue.
Yeah,
Blue side car.
and red car door. Red car side. Red car side.
Top blue.
Blue 2 with a shot. I got a shot. I got one.
And
blue 2.
I got blue window weak. And car 2. He's blue car.
Stay
Camo
alive.
should be out.
One shot under car at
Yeah,
it.
stay alive.
Yeah, one shot in the car.
Can we look at it?
He jumped out car door.
I dodged from car 3.
Nice.
Bring it to red. Bring it to red if you can. There's a guy P2 above me. They
I'm
don't
watching
me.
I'm watching over Kyler. He's there.
He's in my street right now. I need help.
Blue street.
P2, I need help.
Bottom red behind us. Bottom red behind us.
Red street and red bottom
They're
red.
looking for me with camo.
Bottom red weak.
Pink 2, Stellar, 2 shots. 3 shots, Pink 2. 3 shots, Pink 2, Stellar.
Yeah, Stellar and Rain challenging me. Both, they can't go back into P2. They're pushing out red pink.
Stellar, 1 shot, blue
They're
pink.
both very weak. Red pink. Another one there. Rain.
One shot on me.
Where?
I got him.
Alright, I'm pushing into pink then.
Watch red car, guys. I saw blue. Watch red car.
Car 2 naded me.
nades
I don't have a BR. I'm waiting for the BR to spawn.
I mean, blue car, 2 guys.
Actually, I got a BR. You're gonna die, yeah.
Blue 2.
Bottom blue tunnel. Not weak. 2 guys, 2 blue. 2 guys, 2 car right now.
Bottom blue. Watch your blue streets.
I'm nading my
I'm gonna
street
make a play
and I'm
with
going
camo.
looking.
Red or blue car.
Alright. Stay alive.
Blue 2 right now. I spawned red car.
I hit a guy under the car. Under the car, one shot.
Pink 2 right now, weak.
2 weak, yep.
Yeah,
No,
no,
P1.
Yep.
Pink 1 weak.
Nice.
Pink 2, 1 shot. Pink 2, 1 shot on the street. Was that the Pink 2?
Bottom red.
It wasn't a Pink 1 right now.
Bottom red.
Blue pink, weak.
At red.
Absolutely, guys, really weak blue 2 under the pink action.
That's still going out car door.
Hey, kill the blue
I
guy.
got him. I got him. I got him.
Nice. They're
Red car, they're pushing car.
Austin, I'll watch over you with the BR. I will watch over you with the BR.
I'm getting killed from cars.
I'm pushing it.
Justin,
He's got car 3 outside.
Red 2 above me.
You need to get to
Always
Justin.
got car 3
Car 2 to bottom mid.
Red cardic, guys, red cardic.
Look at red
Bottom
car.
car running. Penguin, he ran.
He's on me weak.
I'm running.
Watch it right bottom red.
Watch out, car 3. I got it.
Nice.
Grab it, grab it.
Good job.
I'm at pink 3 boys with a BR.
I'm pushing back to car. I'm going car door. Alright, I'm going blue car.
Halo, the game of communication. Man, I love Astro Listenins. They are the best thing in the world. Man, these guys are calling out and moving 100 miles a minute. The best thing was when Ola was like, whoa.
Whoa, 3 of them. The craziest thing about that was like, how did that happen where he has 3 players surrounding him, somehow stays alive, escapes to the attic, and gets a kill on top of all that. So amazing overall play here as EnVyUs answers back, takes game number 2, ties this series up 1-1.
They sure do, and that was just fantastic play coming out from everybody. Now, I was wondering why they weren't collapsing on those guys blue 1. I was a little bit worried that they were going to throw that game away. As we take a look at the stats, it was Pistola, the Wizard, sitting on top, 13, 12, and 8. That's pretty impressive, Kyle, helping out on 25 kills. Only 8 deaths overall. When you look at the rest of his team, I mean, he was definitely the big difference maker in terms of the stats. Killing spree, triple kill, Top Gun medal, all of those are things that you want every game.
Yeah, and like we said, or like I said earlier, I think Pistola is probably the clutchest player that we've seen compete in really any Halo title, and just so happens he is the most clutch across multiple titles. And taking a look at those stats, Tom, he almost had front page news there. If you don't know what that means, almost most kills, but unfortunately somebody from Liquid, it looks like that was Rain, had 14, but Pistola, most assists, least deaths, and almost tying him on kills. So Pistola obviously having a fantastic game, being able to put up those kind of numbers.
Yeah, it's weird when you look at the rest of these stats too, as we take a look at some of the highlights. Now, Stellar only 41%. Eco only 37.9% in terms of shooting. When I'm watching these guys play, they were definitely shooting pretty solid, so I don't know if that's just because they were shooting some shots across the map and pre-firing, something that I always had a good excuse for my low accuracy, but either way, I think that we started to see Envy fully communicate, and I think that we should continue into this best of 7 to poke into those Astro Listenins, because they are so key to all the team's success here. And if you are communicating well and you have good body language and you're getting fired up, that's going to really carry over and it's contagious to the rest of your squad.
Yeah, I mean, we're taking a look at Liquid here. They still look focused, still understand. Like I said before that game, Envy was really good at True Slayer. They just, hands down, they're just good at it here. Liquid not able to capitalize, come out and take that victory, but not necessarily something that they were expecting to do. It would have been more like, oh, hey, it's great that we just took this 2-0 lead. But when these two teams, when you have 8 of the best players in the world competing against each other, expecting to not go to the distance, not go all the way to that game number 7, you know, you got to expect that this is going to happen eventually, as we've not seen it go the distance yet today.
Yeah, and I think that if there was ever a series to do it, this would totally be the one. I want to see a 4-3 here. Doesn't matter to me who wins. I want to see some intense games. Now we're moving into CTF on Coliseum, and so excited to see a new set of game types here. We started off with Strongholds on Rig, and man, These game types are fun. CTF Coliseum, probably one of my favorite next to playing anything on Plaza, and we are starting off with the man who's been really doing work for Team Liquid. It is Stellar.
Oh, and look at this. He just flies across the map. Extremely aggressive play coming out for Liquid here. He's already fighting the player on the DMR as he decides to go over to the couch. Stellar not going to be able to win the victory there. And just like that, not the best opening strategy for Liquid. 3 members went down.
Yeah, and now Rain is stuck over here. At least he is in a pretty solid spot, but he's currently baiting around the corner, waiting for Mikwin. So you know where Rain is. Let's see if Mikwin is aware. Mikwin sees it. Nice little quick scope, or quick little snap there on the no scope, and switches on over to his pistol, making that look pretty easy as Mikwin.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's just locking down sniper side of the map, chilling over here by this pyramid. Gets the call out from his teammates, so there is someone over towards rocket side of the map. Recognizing that he gets cleaned up, immediately just backing up. He just wants to shut down this side of the map, keep Liquid away here.
Smart.
Finding great angles here. This isn't one you see sniped from very often from fountain to window here. The flag carrier was taken out. It is starting to be moved once again here, and we will have Envy putting the first one on the board here.
Yeah, Eco has rockets. You know Mikwin did have that sniper rifle and where he was located in that window, but that's just not going to happen. Mikwin going into the window really threw these guys off. Eco was trying to hunt him down. He thought the sniper was in the back of the base, but no. You see he is still holding that position, and now he's pretty much rotated all the way in every single spot, all 4 corners of the map, Kyle. All he needs to do is push up to the enemy elbow, and he's gone all over the place.
Yeah, Mikwin is just having a great game right now, trying to move around this angle, dodges that frag grenade. It's not going to be enough to take him down, so he's going to get control of top rockets here once again. He saw the player flying out here on elbow, hits yet another shot. We'll finish that off constantly. Not connecting on the most headshots we've ever seen, but just hitting bodies left and right.
Yeah, he hasn't even missed like a body shot in quite some time. There it is, finds the headshot. He even wants the rocket sniper rifle combo with only 1 bullet left. So let's see if he can make it count. Gets around the corner. Is he gonna drop the sniper for anybody, or is he just gonna use the bullet and then move on from there? But that's not the angle that you want with the rockets.
Yeah, but that was a great job by Liquid, recognizing that rockets were in the base, staying all the way back towards the end of bridge, and making sure that if Mikwin was going to pick up a kill there, he had to shoot the perfect rocket. Was not the case here. And all of a sudden, with all those power weapons in the base, it's Liquid actually the ones that are getting the flagpole.
Yeah, that's a pretty clutch kill by Eco, and he finds more. However, his flag runner has dropped, so now he's going to have to wait for some more reinforcements, and it's going to be very difficult to capture this flag. A lot of the times in CTF... Oh, Mikwin back with the snipe. Ola has the rockets.
Last shot, too, in that.
Oh, man. Ola loses the rockets. That's unfortunate for him. And then everyone I switched to is dying left and right. But you know who is alive and has been alive for quite some time? It is Mikwin back with the weapons, and he's having his best game of the series.
And Tom, what are Mikwin's stats right now is what I want to know. He
11-1.
Sitting at 11-1, having a phenomenal start to this game. No other way to put it. There was almost on a frenzy to open it up.
Yeah, it looks like Mikwin's woke up and started to get a little bit angry, and if Mikwin is playing that well, it's going to be very, very scary here for Team Liquid, because he is extremely confident in just running all over these guys. His mechanics are on point, his decision-making is right, the shots that he's hitting are fantastic, so let's see here if he's able to continue that pace. Another perfect grenade, making the right decisions, getting aggressive over here on the player over towards the maze, but Eco shuts it down with the assault rifle. At least Mikwin bought enough time for Ola to push in, get the flag cap, and should be able to get some sort of map control here. That player hasn't died yet, and he will eventually drop. Stellar doing a nice job staying alive, but Ola at least found him.
Well, it's good that Stellar is stepping it up here, because he's sitting at 8 and 9, so it's Rain that is really struggling in this game number 3 here. He's at 2 and 8 right now. Mikwin has been playing amazing, but on Liquid, it's Eco who I've kind of been impressed with, as he's won some clutch individual battles.
Stellar finds the rockets and got a couple of kills here, so ooh, even finds a third on his teammate. If he loses this pistol battle, okay, there we go. Stellar recovering, all is well, still has 2 rockets left, so I'm pretty sure that he got a 2-for-1 rocket with the other one rocket then. That's, ooh, snipe down, stays alive. Look how much shield snipe down has still, too.
Both of these teams are so good at evading rockets, recognizing where the power weapons are and not giving, or, you know, making them really work for it to get those kills there. You saw Mikwin missing a couple rockets to start there. It's just great positioning from Liquid that's forcing that.
pretty dangerous combo here, something that's going to completely melt your shields and plasma brute rifle, and then you also have the DMR, which is really good long range. That's going to be a nice stick here, and if you can't get the sniper inside the cave, DMR is kind of the next best thing besides obviously having the rockets here. And if you do have the rockets, you're not going to really camp in the cave anyway unless you're stuck. But this is, again, a really good combo. You could see Snipe Down put it to use, but no one was in position to try to push up. Mikwen's going to try to take Snipe Down's spot because everyone knows holding the enemy cave is pretty much the way that you have success on this game type here. And controlling Snipe side obviously too, but there's Mikwen laying down some nice shots. Look at this guy. He is not as afraid at all, but somehow Eco again getting a kill that he probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, and you know how he did that? That brute plasma rifle. This weapon is underutilized by many top teams, but I'd say if there's somebody that puts it to use more than anybody else, you're going to be looking at this Team Liquid and EnVy squads. This weapon can almost be treated as a power weapon. It takes what,
totally
2 to 3 shots with the brute plasma rifle
especially
and a
where
melee.
it's placed. Yeah, especially where it's placed. I mean, look at that. He's going to grab. Oh, did he grab it again? No, he didn't. But it's easy to just sit there and lay down a couple of shots and immediately go for the melee, or it does some pretty decent, like, not mid-range damage, but close to mid-range damage. You'd be surprised, and it will melt your shield.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all, Tom. I've been on the receiving end of it many times online recently, wondering, what the heck is this thing?
Yeah, right? Well, Penguin, we haven't seen much of his point of view in this series. He's been pretty quiet, and that's besides the game where he was going off in Rig. But either way, this flag is being pulled. EnVy has really started to turn up in these last couple games. Rockets and flag in the hand of Mikwen. You have Snipe Down with the sniper rifle, another player locking down top rockets. They're just checking to make sure no one's at their base, and I don't think that's the case, but someone's on the flag guy. He gets the Spartan charge onto Mikwen, but no, that flag is going to be put in by Hook, and that's a 2-0 lead now here for EnVy.
Yeah, I mean, and that is great position to be in. Honestly, they were set up in perfect position to run a second flag after that, but they lost rockets and snipers, so somehow Team Liquid, although they were not able to get a return there, they did regain map control, so their hopes of winning this game are still alive.
Yeah, game far from over. Team Liquid's been in decent positions to try to get something going over here, but EnVy just executing a little bit better. Now this flag's not going to go anywhere after Mikwen got that kill onto Penguin. And this guy is going huge, 20-9. Meanwhile, on the other side, you have Rain sitting at 3 and 14, Kyle.
Wow, 3 kills compared to 20 kills that we're seeing out of Mikwen. This guy is in the zone right now. I can't wait to see what he's got in store for the rest of this tournament, as well as he is looking to take the lead for Team Liquid.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't even reload his pistol. I hope he just goes for no scopes. But oh, he's going to end up getting flanked around the corner from 2 players, and that flag is going to be out. Where is it? Though it's sitting bottom center over towards that silver area. There goes the return coming in. There's another guy ready for another pull, though. And then you do have Penguin getting the return on the other side here for Team Liquid. So now it's going to be a battle for the Rockets. You can see them pop up right at that 4-minute mark. Looks like Ola's going to be the one making the move. This is always the predicament here. What do? There's going to be players possibly pushing up on the street. There's possibly players at snipe, maybe in the window shooting you. And he elects to throw the grenade to blow the Rockets on over to his teammates. But where did the Rockets go? Those are randomly somewhere on the map, and it doesn't seem like EnVy realizes where they are.
Yeah, I don't think Pistola had good eyes on where those rockets went, but I do like the fact that he did not need them to himself, give away his position and risk dying and turning those over. He was just trying to keep it out of the hands of Liquid. But what I'd like to do, Tom, is go into another listen in here with Team EnVyUs, see what they're doing here to try and take the lead here in this series.
What's up, guys?
I'm pushing our RBR. RBR no weak. He's weak 3 shots. Right on me.
Grass after that.
Got 2. I'm going for like shots. Got 2 corner on me. Austin, I'm coming. Austin, watch our corner on me. I can't see. I got it. Austin, I'm gonna be above you. Go for it.
Take your time.
I'm coming. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm here with you. They're sneaky weak. They're flag very weak. And bottom base. There was a guy there. I got 2.
We're pulling.
I'm down. Yeah. Austin, go. They're gonna. No, you. All right. They found weak. And the
Window.
I got him. And the window. That's 2 dead. We can make plays. Window weak. They both. I got both 1 shot. Another 1 shot there. 1 shot in the corner. Yeah, I won the corner. Their window was 1 shot. Their window was 1 shot. I said alive. No, the corner.
Go pyramid. Look at information.
I can't go pyramid at this point. They're going out Rocket Street right now. I was gonna say I spawned Rocket Street. He's top Rockets. Yeah, I'm dying. Top our corner right now. Our base.
Fuck, I'm running.
Our corner. What shot? Guys, just 2 corner. We gotta be careful. There's our corner right now. That guy's not weak. There's
another one behind him. Another one behind him.
I got 1. I got corner. I got 2. Our flag pulling it. I got 2.
He's going to mids. He's really weak pulling it. He's going to mids. One shot mids.
Dead.
Can you get it?
No, wow,
Yeah,
guys.
it's okay. We can get this up, guys. We need to get rockets though. Yeah, we can get this up if we have to. All right,
They're all dead.
have rockets.
Our snipe one shot. Our
On Ola.
He's on my rocket side, guys.
Mike's
He's on my rocket side. Guys, I need help at rockets.
Mike's one shot.
I need help at rockets.
They're gonna get that.
We need to play rockets, guys.
Yeah, I'm right here. Where am I getting shot from? Our corner, BR? Their corner.
Watch rockets. They're up there.
corner,
Rain is up there. Rain, stop rockets right now.
Yep. Look out, Eric. You might get shot from other people. Rain's one shot up there. Penguin's up there as well. 2 top rockets.
I'm hitting top rockets hard.
Another one RBR.
Guys, our rocket corner is going to be...
It's our mids.
Push out a rocket corner. I got five with their window.
Yeah, snipe. One shot our mids.
They went up.
RBR.
Guys,
Get her back like. Get her back like. They're gonna push.
They're going to have rockets.
Well, we got
Our corner
We
right
gotta play
now.
these
Our corner weak. 2 shots. I'm getting sniped from our...
Corner, one shot.
We got a corner. I got him. They're on rockets right now. He got rockets. He's coming our corner. Rain. He's our corner with rockets right now. Rain.
Alright, I'm about to try to push it.
He's our corner with rockets. He's weak. He's absolute. No, he's 2 shots.
100 flag now. Behind our box. Our flag box.
He's about to finish rockets weak.
Yep, he's window with flag. Window with flag.
And I got one.
We got him.
Their window as well. Our window weak.
I got him.
Window weak.
Rain had rockets. Rain had rockets.
He ran away, I think. I think he ran back. I'm about to die. They're BR eco.
Their window. Eco. We have a flank pull.
I got a flag out.
Their window.
I killed one.
He's gonna be on a rocket corner. He's gonna be on a rocket corner, guys.
He's our corner with rockets.
Oh my god.
Let's go, baby.
Fucking best
Fucking go,
fire.
Kyler.
Wow, what a game coming out from Envy, especially Mikwin. That's the first time you've seen Mikwin stand up and get hyped with his teammates. Typically, you've seen him kind of slouched over, biting his nails, something that I kind of do a little bit too much. But either way, 2-1 now for Envy, and they are starting to feel themselves.
And that was an amazing performance. Probably the best individual performance in a game that I've personally watched here so far today. You had Mikwin sitting at 31 kills, 16 deaths, 14 assists. Just overall amazing stats. And Tom, we were talking about front page news earlier. Mikwin almost getting it again. Only Rain taking the more assists than him this time around again.
He didn't get front page news. He kind of got like one of those little side articles that tell you to go to like section 2B or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't read the newspaper too much. The internet, it's a beautiful thing. But either way, again, Team Liquid, after losing game number 1, have dropped 2 in a row now. What do you think, Kyle, has been the determining factor to that? Has it been Envy started to play a little bit better, or did Liquid kind of slow down a little bit?
I think Liquid has slowed down a little bit, but I definitely think as far as True Slayer and Coliseum CTF, game type advantage absolutely in favor of Team EnVyUs there. You know, might have gone different ways in the past before, but these are 2 game types that we have consistently seen Envy be able to perform on. Pistola, you know, taking a look at him, the things he's been able to do, and then, of course, Mikwin. Mikwin was the real factor there. Liquid was not able to shut him down at all. He just ran the power weapons the entire time. Overall power weapon kills still just 10-8 in favor of Envy, but most of those coming from the hands of Mikwin himself.
Yeah, the guy did 4,000 damage. Nobody else hit. Well, you got sniped down hitting 3,800, but still at 2,500, 2,800 for Hook. So that just goes to show you just what he was doing with all of those weapons. So phenomenal game coming out from Envy. But I think that you're right, Kyle. Just a little bit having to do with the game types.
Yeah, I mean, and allowing a game type, like, it reminds me, if we go back to Pro League, and thinking of specific game types where L-Town comes to mind a lot. This guy on Regret and on Coliseum would consistently put up 18 to 22 kills. So obviously the map, he just knew it extremely well, all the different nuances, the different nooks and crannies all over the map here, and he was able to just use them all extremely effectively. Of course, team chemistry comes into play, who you're matching up against. There's a lot of factors here, but nonetheless, Mikwin clearly very at home and comfortable with power weapons on Coliseum.
Yeah, this is important though here for Liquid to win this game, because going down 3-1, the way that Envy's playing right now, that is not what you want to do. You have Overshield, you got Camo, we got a crowd. Let me get you hyped up a little bit. There it is. There it is. That's what I like to see. Chat, you know what it is. Put your favorite team in there. Spam the logos. Here it is, guys. Eden Strongholds, game number 4. Kicking this one off with Rain.
Yeah, and here we go as we're watching immediately run bottom center. Skips the BR, goes straight for the overshield and gets it. What an interesting opening strat here. The angle he took was everything to do with dodging the opening nades from Envy, which kind of were great grenades if he had taken a direct angle, but no, he does runs an NFL route here, wide receiver, and hooks across the middle of the field and grabs the overshield.
Yeah, what's interesting though is he grabbed that overshield and you felt like a lot of resources in terms of the grenades and the way that these guys were looking for Team EnVy would have allowed these guys on Liquid to open up the map a little bit more. Now they start to open up the map with 3 slays and last guy alive over towards the blue plat. But I was worried to, that player could have definitely went for that ground pound, probably could have found it. Maybe it would have been a nasty kill, but instead, Rain's gonna get a double kill, possibly looking for the triple kill. No, that player is gonna drop. Eco found that kill. Instead of the triple kill, they're looking for the triple cap. He needs some help though. I love that grenade. Grenading early instead of far. A lot of, that's gonna be a reset coming in. He got out a little bit too early though, so nice job coming out from the players on EnVy, making sure that they don't get their backs against the wall too early. But I think this is the first time in a while, Kyle, that we can say Team Liquid comes out with the hot start.
Yeah, I mean, and this is one of those game types that I think EnVy is still very strong at, but it's going to be one of Liquid's also very strong game types here. As you see, a lot of the players here on this Liquid squad, Penguin's ability to run the power weapons, Eco and Stellar's extremely steady shots, and Rain's objective play. This map really works in their favor with the light rifles and things like that. As long as Team Liquid is recognizing and trying to use all the different things on the map to their advantage, from the power weapons to power ups and angles, it'll work on their favor.
I'd like to point out something there that I'm not a big fan of, even though Mikwen's playing fantastic. Ola was crouching down below Penguin, who had the rockets, and Mikwen all of a sudden just charges above Ola and appears on the radar and gives Penguin a free kill. That's very similar to running next to a guy that's camouflaged. If a teammate is crouching, please do me a favor, guys, and don't run on the radar right where these guys are crouching at. It is literally the worst thing that you can do.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely put your teammates in a lot of risk by doing so, recognizing, the thing Tom brings up is they might accidentally get hit. They might be throwing a nade, spotting you on the radar, and it's going to hit your teammate that's sitting there crouching and waiting for position, so it can definitely backfire.
That's literally like you're playing hide and seek with light up shoes on. That's what you're doing right there. It's just not going to work out. Like, you might as well just, he's over here, guys, he's over here. So either way, now you have Team EnVy finally putting some points on the board over here. They're in pretty decent lead here in the series, 2-1. Definitely take it if I was these guys, but Pistola has the camo, so let's see if he can do anything with this one to try to go and push this triple cap. It looks like he wants it. He's going on over towards the blue bend and has a player right in front of him.
And that's the Rocket player in front of him, and he hits the sticky grenade. What a big change of events there. Those Rockets are down. That was really great scenario. I mean, I was thinking going for the back smack. Exactly. You want to be able to kill him and grab the Rockets instantly. And sure enough, what happened? Well, yeah, I mean, it's still
he could have stayed alive. Well, he could have stayed alive if he would have went for the back whack. I mean, we don't know if he would have killed the Rocket guy, but he could have potentially back whacked the Rocket guy, picked him off his dead body, shot the Rocket, avoid taking damage from both angles.
Right, and it's obviously, we have the power of hindsight 2020, and Mr. Captain Obvious is over here on the desk watching these players play. But yeah, the thing we talk about is he could have grabbed the Rockets. Essentially, all he did was trade with the camo. Well, he probably would have traded if he went for the back smack as well, because worst case scenario is the Rocket guy is going to end up killing him and himself as well. So either way, same end result, but a much higher possibility of success should he have gone for the back smack, in my opinion.
Very nice kill coming in from Mikwen. That was a big 50-50 battle that he had to win with these Rockets coming up here soon. Also, Overshield and Camo coming up. So let's see if these guys are aware. I want to stay on board with Mikwen, though. Oh, no, Ola, he has the Rockets. Let's switch on over to him.
Yeah, I want to see what's happening over here at OS with these Rockets, because Ola is getting in position to do it. Ola and Mikwen working together here on this Overshield. We'll see if he's able to tie this one up.
Keep in mind, if the Overshield's up, the camo should be up too, or it should be up really soon after that. It's going to be Eco. He has the Rocket guy coming in from the red side of security area, and he grabs that camo and stays alive. So this is kind of the saving grace here for Team Liquid in terms of controlling their setup. They have to also try to focus on Pistola, who has the Rockets. So whose job is that going to be? Is it going to be Eco or somebody else? And it looks like Stellar is going to drop Pistola, so that's great news for Team Liquid.
Ooh, and this is an intense moment here. Eco gets spotted. They recognize the camos there. The hill went over in their favor. The stronghold here. Eco does secure the kill, but the point's going over to EnVy here. Starts taking some shots in the back. Doesn't look like anybody's in position to clean that up. Taking a look at the kill feed there. Pistola grabs 2 for himself. Eco doing what he can. There's 2 players in the hill. The sticky nade does not go or connect there. And essentially, he just turned over camo. So maybe not recognizing there were 2 players in the hill, but you appear on radar when you thrust, even if you have camo, so that did not work out in their favor.
Yeah, you got to be careful about using your thrust. A lot of times you want to use it at the very last second or as the best defensive move that you could potentially have. So That's going to turn the tide in favor of Team Envy. How long is this setup going to last, though? There it is. Team Liquid takes Blue Bend. Ola a little bit late to the party. Can he find the Slays, though? Where are the players going? Are they going to push blue or are they going to push outside? Looks like they're going to go outside with these rockets coming up here in 15 seconds. This 6-minute mark here, Kyle, is going to be the biggest part of the game. You're going to have Overshield, rockets, camouflage, all dropping here, all with a couple of points to be put on the board for Liquid before they win.
Ooh, and looks like Eco's going to get a big reset here on the hill as they're starting to put more points on the board. The top, they're capturing Catwalk as they're losing Ben, but that's a trade I'll take any day of the week here. So now they're pushing back over to try to collapse on Blue Ben, but much easier to collapse on Ben than it is on Catwalk.
Pistola has the rockets on over towards the Overshield. What time was that Overshield? Penguin was the one to grab that. And I don't think they realized that was already gone. They also have the timer on the camouflage. If you remember last time, it was Eco who picked that one up. He's going to pick it up again. He burns it this time around. But you do have Penguin still with a little bit of that Overshield left.
Yeah, huge shout out to Symbolic, the coach of Team Liquid, as he looks like a step ahead as far as the timing goes over Alumni here. Catwalk going back over to Envy, but that was a triple cap here, so they're still getting points. They're starting to try to focus on Nest as well, but looks like Team Liquid may try to ignore Nest and focus on this Catwalk. No grenades here in Snipedown's pocket, so he won't be able to throw any up towards the Catwalk. There's a player no shield tying up there. Mickwin finishes the kill. The plasma rifle just so strong in an up-close battle. He gets, Snipedown gets some help, 2 players. The reset comes in, or no, the capture comes in, and now all of a sudden a reverse triple cap from what we just saw Team Liquid doing.
Yeah, Hook flies in there though, and he's gonna drop, so that should open up the map a little bit here for Team Liquid. Eco finds a double kill from the Catwalk. Huge positioning there from Eco. Nice job getting the Slays as well, but the reset can't come in over towards Blue Ben. This is great for Team Liquid. They could pretty much hold this for the next 5 points, and this is gonna be all over. You do have another player, that's Mickwin, who's gonna drop Eco on the killing spree here, and that's gonna be all she wrote for Envy in game number 4. This series all tied up 2-2, virtually moving into a best of 3 now, Kyle, to see who's moving on to the next round.
Yeah, I mean, that was an awesome game to watch. Liquid bouncing back with a game type that definitely kind of goes in their favor, maybe a little bit more there. We'll go ahead and take a quick look here at the stats, and wow, the story, I feel like this game for Envy was Hook and Snipedown. Hook doing Hook-like things, running around, picking up the Slays, grabbing those strongholds, and Snipedown. Uncharacteristic performance here from him. 4 and 13, that is not something you're gonna see very often.
Very rarely do you see Snipedown drop those type of stats, but guys, we are gonna take a quick break. Let's see if Snipedown and friends can regroup after that loss. It is all tied up 2-2. Do not go anywhere. Team Liquid taking on EnVyUs at the Halo World Championships 2017. Welcome back, guys. We are knotted up 2-2. Envy taking on Team Liquid in our first match of the winners bracket. Crowd, how you guys feeling? You having fun? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. How many Envy fans do we got in the crowd? Okay.
Oh, not that many.
How many Liquid fans do we have in the crowd?
Oh wow, there's no fans in the crowd.
How many Walshy fans do we have in the crowd? Whoa! Walshy, 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 Wall. I hated that chant when I was reading. Start this one off with Stellar. It is Plaza Slayer, and he gets the overshield to start. Kyle, what do you think of that?
I don't know. I want to ask Walshy what he thinks about it, but he is eating a grilled cheese sandwich right now, and we're on board here with Stellar as he is moving around the map. That overshield, that was so quick. I just saw a sniper rifle on the ground. Was anyone going to grab that? Did Stellar even recognize that he just killed that player?
Yeah, they are flying right now, but Stellar gets stuck and lives through it, but he can't live through 2 grenades. Kenny, what a play by Hook. He just upped his damage big time.
Yeah, it reminds me back in the day when you would get stuck and somebody would melee into the wall and the plasma would explode in the wall and not do any damage to you. Not the case this time around. It was just overshield has enough to keep you alive through that first sticky. But either way, 5-3, and sniper rifle finds its way into the hands of Hook.
So we took like a 2-minute break, and the guys like got up, maybe splashed some water on the face, went to the bathroom, whatever they did. They are so fast right now. They're playing so quick and just out of their minds. You can tell how fast and intense this is getting now. I mean, look at Hook. The guy is on top of the world right now, not missing any headshots. He is all over the place. These guys are so aggressive. It's so fun
Yeah, I'm looking at the player cams right now. I'm like, is this still the same Envy that we're watching right now? Because these guys are coming out hot. Must have been doing some jumping jacks in the back. Get that blood flowing again. 6-3, and their shots are on point. Yeah,
and now it's slowed down out of nowhere. It was extremely aggressive. They're flying at the overshield. They're flying at each other, going for no scopes, meleeing each other, thrusting all over the place, and now it's a standstill. But that's how it is. $1 million up for grabs here, $500,000 for first. Everyone going to posture around that overshield, Kyle, which was grabbed very quickly at the 53 mark. Hook with his second stick of the game.
He read him like a book there. Hooks that one up 9-5. And yeah, Tom, bringing up that point. The thing about the best teams is you need to know when to play aggressive and you need to know when to pump the brakes and slow it down. And that's what we're seeing out of Envy and Liquid.
Yeah, but here it is, overshield coming up here, and everyone's kind of trapped and filtering into the same area. There it is, popping up. Pistola finds one, Mikwin finds one. That should be an overshield for Envy, and it is. Ola gets it for himself.
All right, now Ola is going to start moving around, trying to get some angles here, help out his teammates. Hook is still locking down, as you see Pistola just ran right by him. Probably should do some calls. Hook needs to come back and help him out. Pistola's getting double teamed here. His plasma grenade hits the light fixture, not going to be able to get him in time, and he gets taken out. Hook kind of making a little bit of a mishap there. Pistola probably thought he had some help, but Hook tried to find another angle and took himself out of the play.
Yeah, so let's see what Stellar's going to do. The guy got the overshield to start, but no, this is looking like all Envy to start. Wow, what a way to get this one going for the guys in blue.
Whoa, did he just shoot it with his sniper?
He did. He shot that with the sniper, but there's a guy down there, makes it a little bit worth it. And you know what? He has there it is. I was really hoping he was going to throw that plasma grenade and blow the sniper off, but someone grabbed it on the side and blamed someone before that grenade could blow off, and that was Eco. So we're going to kind of switch back and forth. Oh, they blamed each other. That was awesome.
That's definitely, I think, the first time I've seen that happen in the Halo World Championships here. That's great play. Now, that's going to benefit Envy much more than Team Liquid here. And the reason being is Eco had the new sniper. Mikwin was out of ammo, so definitely benefiting, even though it was great heads-up play by both these players.
And Rain cannot get out of there with the sniper rifle, and Pistola finds the sniper that was dropped over there, misses that headshot on the player in silo. It should be pretty easy cleanup. Snipetown's going to get that one. Now they need to get up top. That's the thing. You have one player down low over towards the soda area. He drops. That's Snipetown. Now you need to get up top. There it is. Ola realizing that, now he's still looking for this kill, but I wouldn't even worry about that. I would just went over towards the snipe lift, but let's see, he has something in mind instead, and that's going to be the sneak on over and try to get control of blue.
Ooh, and yeah, I mean, really, as long as, you know, like we talked about it before, there's never like always a perfect play, as long as your teammates are always on the same page and you're working towards the common goal. Oh, but look at that, an overshield steal coming in here for Team Liquid.
That was a very impressive steal. A lot of the times when teams have control like that, that is burned. I'd say 9 times out of 10. So it's not enough to get Team Liquid back into the game, obviously. They're down 30 to, what is that, 18? So they need to use that overshield and try to get control of the map with that one, but it was more or less like, hey, we don't want EnVy to get it and we don't want to burn it. So, you know, you got to give credit to both teams, really. Nice job by Liquid to sneak in there. Great job by Symbolic timing it, but great job by the guys on EnVy just to melt Penguin.
Now, it's definitely looking like EnVy is the clear favorites to take this Plaza Slayer, this fast/slow-paced game that we're seeing out of these two teams. But I would have gone out and as far as saying if Team Liquid didn't get that overshield, that they probably would have just fell behind and this game would have been over.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, you'd probably see a potential hard steak dinner if that was the case. I mean, we're almost on our way over there, but he's shooting for his toes there. Maybe a new strategy coming out from Ola.
A little bit of a whirlwind happened, nothing too bad. I don't think he was in position to really win that fight, but Penguin just flew out and no-scope Took, I think. I don't know why that was necessary to fly out there.
Why is he even walking out there with the sniper in the first place out towards Loop? But either way, it worked. He did end up dropping immediately after that. And every time you go to someone from Team Liquid and it looks like they're about to get in good position, they just get shut down immediately. That time it was Hook. A lot of this time it's been Mikwin. He's 14-5. Pistol sitting at 5-5. Hook's 11-5. Snipe down at 10-8. So Mikwin, MVP for EnVy in this series? I definitely think so.
I mean, yeah, the first game set the tone here for Mikwin's entire series, and he has just been going out of his mind. Dodges a plasma pistol shot there by sliding underneath it, and then decides, I'm going to challenge back here and help my teammates try to secure this new overshield here. Dodges yet another plasma pistol shot, still takes some damage, however. Gets and connects on the ground pound here, and that is going to potentially... where did that overshield just go?
Oh, that went over to Ola. So Ola's securing another one for his team, and that's 43-25. So these guys are primed for either a steak dinner, but definitely going up 3-2 in the series. And even if Mikwin drops here, it's not going to be that big of a deal. You know what he was going for. He was going for the Ninja. But someone not getting Ninja, that's Ola. He's got the overshield, and he's got the light rifle. Not much ammo in it. Where does he want to rotate over here? Looks like he's going to get aggressive and charge over towards blue. Now they're going to need someone else to collapse over towards the loop side of the map. So who's that going to be? Looks like Hook is anchoring. So this is one of the things that I was talking about before. As Ola pushes in there, you still have this last guy sitting back. And that's some of the mistakes that teams make. They get a little bit too overzealous and they start charging and forgetting about the spawns behind them.
Yeah, lots of times you'll get an early kill and decide to collapse, and then by the time the last guy is on the same page and decides to push up, you already got the enemy team coming off spawn directly behind them with your
in
teammates
the power position as well.
Spots.
So that's one of the things to keep in mind is like you're leaving that area, which is also the area that you want to hold. So if you're giving that up for free, is it really worth the kills? In this situation, it totally is, because you can just close the game out by charging, and I think that's what we're seeing EnVy do right now. They're just going to fly into Tram, find this last guy, and eventually we're going to see it. So where are the players on the outlines? It's going to be a guy in Yard, two guys in Flowers, another guy in Blue. The collapse coming any second here. That player Eco just flying out, giving up the last kill. I don't think he had too much of a care. There was no chance of coming back there when it was 49-31. So there it is. EnVy one game away from winning against Team Liquid, which is crazy to think how this series started. It started off 1-0 for Team Liquid. Seemed like they were going to definitely win more than one game after that, but it's been Mikwin and Mikwin and Mikwin and Mikwin pretty much. This guy is going off 16, 13, and 6.
Speaking of Mikwin, he's front page news this time, Tom. He was almost there in the first couple, but 16, 13, and 6, like you said, most kills, most assists, and least deaths coming in here out of all 8 players in the game.
And look at the assists that these guys are racking up. That's pretty impressive. I mean, what is that? You got 20, you got another 20 there. That's 40 assists popping up from these guys. So very rarely do you see that many assists in a Slayer. And then very rarely do you see most kills, most assists, least deaths. And he did it in very impressive fashion. Didn't see him with too many weapons there besides the one sniper rifle that he had. Didn't see him picking up, overshields and having advantages. It was pretty much all decision making and just weapon skill coming out from Mikwin. Obviously tons of help from the rest of his teammates. There's no way that he could do it alone.
Yeah, I mean, having most kills and most assists is just a feat within itself. Throw least amount of kills and, arguably highest damage as well. And taking a look here, and gosh, yeah, by far the most damage in the entire game coming out of Mikwin. That just shows how much of a
damage as Penguin and Stellar combined. 100 less damage. He had 2,800. These guys had 2,900 combined.
And then to throw in like another stat where you can compare and just see how impactful a player is, take a look what his kill participation would have been between those kills and assists here. Just being such a giant factor for the squad, he is showing up to be the best player so far we've seen in this series.
Yeah, it's weird. Again, when I look at the accuracy too, Stellar and Eco below 40%. And then you have Rain sitting at 62%, Penguin at 40% too. So that's really weird to see that. And then you have everyone sitting around like 45 to 50% coming out from Envy. I don't look at it too much. I never really look at the percentages too much, but very rarely do you see at a pro level someone shooting less than 40% and more than one person doing that on the team. So these guys have to hunker up here. They have to focus, and they have to start playing at the level that they did in game number 1. I'm really curious to see what the communication's like. We're moving into game number 6, and when we start game number 6, or once we start getting it going a little bit, we have to do an Astro listen-in and see what the comms are like, coming out from Team Liquid.
All right, now Team EnVyUs is essentially on match point here to close this one out as they've just retaken the lead in the series. Of course, it's gone Team Liquid taking game number 1, Envy following back with 2 unanswered. Game number 4 going over to Liquid, going into game number 5. Of course, keeping in mind that since we are now in bracket play, this is back to a best of 7 series.
Best of 7, double elimination. The third place team from the pools, there was 4 pools that got placed in the losers bracket. The first place team got placed in the winners bracket, so did the second place team. But the first place team from their group plays the second place team, and right now you're looking at the first place team from Group A and the second place team from Group C. So that's why you're seeing Envy taking on Liquid right now. And keep in mind, Envy was the underdog coming into the series, and they are up 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, this is a crazy scenario. Might be the very first time we see Envy defeat Team Liquid and happen to be at the Halo World Championship, the most important tournament of a lot of these guys' entire lifetime, especially considering Pistola and Mikwin were not at the Halo World Championships last year, so this is their first opportunity competing at this level. This is about 10 times more money on the line than these two players have ever competed for in the past.
Now, Kyle, we talked about it before, and we've seen it before with Team Liquid and having their backs against the wall when they needed to win the game number 4, and they pulled that one out. But let's go ahead and listen to their communication, because we know how important these Astro listens are.
Two there, pink shoot. One's got pink 3, one's got pink 2. Got him, pink 2, pink 3 and pink 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this car
top middle.
Okay. Look at top mid. Top mid, weak, Mikwin. I got melted. Yo, behind me. Our car with the green gun. Our bubble. He's in our bubble. He's sitting our bubble.
Face.
Do we take our car?
Yeah, our front base car card. Front base car side. With a new combo.
He's got a shot.
Big one's pink 2 with the VR. Big one's pink 2 with the VR.
Our car cut now. Those guy car cut, if we can. Our P3, there's gonna be 2 of them.
Yo, car cut, guys.
One shot.
Car cut.
Flag now.
I got comboed. Yeah, he's just pushing in with the combo.
Got him.
Nice. Milk.
And on our base. 3 in our flag. There's 3 in our flag.
Oh, I didn't know he died.
There's 3 in our flag. Yeah. Just 3 push.
Our front base weak.
Come on. Gonna be guys top middle or the car cut hiding.
Slowly lift. Okay.
Are you like one shot with the BR?
Okay.
Absolute our P-Street with the BR.
I'm trying to help the flag. They're grappling it now. Get this kill.
One shot our flag, dead.
Okay, one.
I think there's a guy.
Fiatic. I'm running this. Yeah.
Pink 2. One was pink 2.
I'm running a car. They're running a flag.
Get in their bubble.
I'm one shot here. I'm just sitting car, guys.
They're not running our flag.
He has sword, they're pink.
Okay.
Dude, they're flag.
Three their flag.
Yeah, their car cuts. Bottom mid.
Nice shit, Zane.
3 down.
Their car.
Slip. Nice shit. Touch, throw it.
They have re with
Camo.
One shot car, one.
Like 48.
Trying to help Zane on
Front P1 and top middle. I got built from our front base.
Look at camo. What's P3?
Make one our window.
Camo. They have camo.
Window sword melee.
We got car cuts.
Flag.
Last one's camo.
Last guy's camo. I'll get him. Nice. Last guy's camo.
He's hiding there,
Yeah, probably.
I'm flying car side, guys.
I have a
right now, Mikwin.
I'm gonna try to spawn kill for spawn bubble.
I got Mikwin.
Nice. Watch for camo P3.
Nothing in their bubble right now.
Then I have sword.
Under their base, weak.
I'm one shotter. I'm living.
Dead. One shot car one.
Yeah.
I got him.
Nice job.
Here, there you
There's a guy behind us on car.
One shot, you like that? 3 dead.
Last guy's our side or something.
Car.
I'm going back.
I have sword. I'll go.
Front base weak. No, basement. Camel's dead. Camel's dead.
Nice shit.
They're cards. They're giving it up. They're giving it up. They're giving it up.
One shot here. Watch our bubbles, Zane. I'm one here.
He's sitting on our bubble. He's our cards now.
Guys, window Kevin. They're window Kevin looking at you.
Got it.
Nice job, guys. Nice job.
One shot. I'd live to sword, yeah.
Yo, I died from bottom mid and pink. Bottom mid and our pink
I
street.
hear you.
I got one.
Nice. Under our base. I'm watching our P street now.
One shot under base. Absolute under our base.
Get it out with sword here. Under our base. Nice. Under our base. I'm melting. One shot.
Never killed you. Never killed you. Absolute Eli.
All right, you can hear the communication coming out for Team Liquid as they have a 2-1 lead in this game. And one of my favorite things that they did was the camo player. Last guy alive, where is he? Guessing location, eliminating where they're not. And of course, finally, ultimately cleaning up that kill.
For all the new players out there, or players that struggle with the sword, kind of like I do, you saw the zoom in there to go and push in and get a little bit more extension on that sword launch. He would have never got that kill if it wasn't for the zoom there. So really nice job, really nice sword usage there. And what a job by Liquid to not give up. They are in this game, they are in this series still. EnVy only needed one more game, but Liquid trying to push it to game number 7.
All right, then Rain cleaned himself a little bit with that frag grenade, but not too big of a deal. Essentially, it was an anti-charging nade, expecting a player potentially P3 to drop down, maybe thrust into P2. That's why he placed it where he did. Wasn't a player there, but with the time, 7:48 was last time Camo spawned. Not sure when they grabbed it exactly, but within the next 10 seconds, we're gonna see both teams focus on P1 control.
Yeah, Hoop was the guy to get it, so you have to assume that EnVy has the time, and there it is. That one gets burned right around that 7:38 mark. They find the sword. Rain gets a double kill. That's all 4 dead. All they got to do is toss his flag out to the sword guy and run it. There it is. There goes the toss. It's going down P1. He clambers a little bit and stutters, but is he going to be able to keep his shields? No one in position, I don't think, to go and get the pull. I think we're going to a game number 7. He's weak. No, oh gosh, the flag is staying there. He got it. Whoa.
Whoa, Tom. Almost took me out right there, jumping out of his chair, but that's all good. Tom,
Sorry,
I love the energy. That was insane. Snipe down, jumping into the window from top center. The flag carrier being killed, but no one able to get the pull in time quite yet here. Oh, and we'll take a look at the stats, but the very first time today, our casters here on the mainstream have had some accurate predictions as we are going to go into a game number 7.
Who had the prediction? Was it Dave? No, Dave hasn't had a prediction right since 04, but it's okay. It's all right, Dave. But you know what? We are going to a game number 7. Crowd, are you guys ready for the first game 7 of the Halo World Championships? Please, let me hear you. Oh, yeah. That's what I like to hear. These guys love Halo. We love Halo.
And Tom, you can't even make this up. These teams, of course, Liquid, like we said, like we threw up that info in the bottom of your screen earlier.
Stellar.
3-0 right now.
Stellar's just chilling, you know.
Yeah.
Got an eye boogie, just whatever, you know, flick it out of there. You know, it doesn't matter. These guys are hilarious to watch their body language. I love live events. You can't see this stuff in the Pro League when you're watching and playing from home. These guys are bringing the intensity. They are bringing the gameplay. And there is the sword lunge that I was talking about. What a lunge coming out from Rain.
I mean, and you know, it's like how to pinpoint what's happening here for Team Liquid. You know, they've won the last 3 times. These two teams have matched up. Now at the biggest stage, at the biggest tournament of the year, EnVy finally starting to turn it on and, you know, bringing the heat against Team Liquid. 2 players, actually, 2, and the snipe down was there. So 2 of these players were not at the Halo World Championship.
Whoever it was that slid in and got that last flag cap, that was extremely clutch because you saw 3 members from EnVy were there. That was going to be a counter pull.
Yeah.
And if that's a counter pull, I don't know if we're going to game number 7 here. So really heads up play to come back and secure the cap. And I was going to ask you, what map is this going to be? But then I started to think we haven't seen Regret yet today. And there it is in your series layout, moving to the final game. What a weird series. It started off with Liquid winning the first one, and then EnVy with 2 in a row. Liquid comes back, and it looks like whenever Liquid has their back against the wall, that's when they're stepping it up. But one little cliff note here, Kyle, they have not won a Slayer all series. Every game that they won has been objective.
Oh, that's a very good point to bring up. The other thing to note is Mikwin, once again, off a losing game, having the best stats on his team, 13 and 9 there in that one with 7 assists here.
So weird to see that.
He's dominating.
It's CTF truth, right? He's 13 and 9. Everyone else 6 and 10, like 6 and 11, 6 and 12. So very, very interesting, and he's been going off, so we got to give respect where it's due and start this one off with Mikwen. The other guy who's been playing phenomenal on the side of Team Liquid is Stellar. Heck, all of these guys are the best players in the world. The crowd is getting into it. Game number 7, guys, of the Halo World Championship. Winner moves on. I believe it is to the winners bracket semi-final in an 8-team bracket. And let's see what Mikwen has in store for us. But Rain comes out with a double kill.
Wow, what a great job by him to actually secure that. Looks like that overshield was, in fact, burnt here off the start of this game. So quick, early 3-1 lead. Looks like Plasmacaster also going to go in the hands of Team Liquid. Rain electing to try to make sure he can finish off any kills. Doesn't need to, actually. His teammates go ahead and clean that up. And wow, top center control, map control, power weapon control.
Love this play coming out from Rain. What a place to bring the Plasmacaster. But is anyone else looking around the map? His teammates should not be dropping when they have control like this. And that's why you bring the Plasmacaster over to this area, because whenever teams want to retake control, that's the area that they want to push on. They want to go from the platform area. You got to lock down the bridges, you got to lock down the pink street, and then you just lock down that platform area, and you could see Rain does not want to leave.
Yeah, and it's good that Team Liquid started to grab some more of these kills, because Envy did an amazing job of somehow not allowing Team Liquid to spawn kill them on that next rotation here. And a couple crucial misses from that Plasmacaster is going to essentially start bringing this game much closer here now. You have Team Stellar here just hiding below the base, trying to stay alive. It was a teammate coming in. And you can see perfect shot coming out from Eco to secure a kill.
Yeah, Carbine very clutch here. One of the underrated and overlooked things in Halo 5, again, we talk about the power weapons, but getting rifle control is huge, but grenades flying in left and right, and Envy coming right back in this game. It was a disaster start for game number 7. I think it was 5-1 and counting it, and now we're almost tied up.
Yeah, and you have Sniped with the plasma pistol, trying to find where these players are hiding. 11-10 after that opening for Liquid's got me a little concerned here, because when you're at this level, you have that big of an advantage. You really need to bring the pain train, essentially, and build those early leads, because you can absolutely expect the team you're facing up against to answer right back when the control flips.
Rain grabs the overshield. That is big. 9 times out of 10, the team that is grabbing the overshield more in this game type is gonna win. But he gets melted instantly, helps assist on a kill for Stellar, but Stellar gonna find 2, and that's gonna be a 2-for-2 trade as Sniped finds another one, and we are tied up here. 16-16. Wow, Kyle, is this going to be a 50-49 game?
It might be. We're seeing another example, just like we were watching on Plaza, where these teams playing so quickly, so fast, and yet somehow just pump the brakes and slow it down here. Sniped, who plays on Boxer, somehow the luckiest kid we've ever seen play Halo, just gets more sticks than anyone by not even aiming with his thumbstick.
Yeah, I don't know, but Sniped, he is always one to get some nasty clips and make the crowd go, ooh. But either way, it's not about the clips, it's about the victory. And right now, we are seeing Team Liquid go up 2 kills, and they have the time on the overshield, Kyle. Keep in mind of that. Does Envy realize when Rain picked that one up? It's going to be really important that Symbolic and Alumni are aware of the surroundings. Big fight going on. Stellar's going to drop, but 3 kills went on over to Envy.
I want to take a look at what Mikwen's doing, because he is 11-5 right now, Tom. How is he doing this? He's got half of Envy's kills right now. If you go tally the entire kill count of the series, he's probably got half of them still. He is dominating.
Yeah, and I want to hop into an Astro, listen in with Envy, and see how fired up they are.
There's 2. He's under the pink attic, Jump in into pink attic now, Eric. Do not die. He's weak. Eric, under the pink attic again. Under the pink attic again. No, back blue. I spawned right, guys.
Back blue.
And behind us. Behind us, yep, and back blue. Behind us weak. Behind us weak. Blue, watch out. I killed him.
Nice.
Yo, he spawned you. Eric, run. Eric, run.
Oh,
I didn't. Yeah, go to Neil. Sorry.
I'm going to
Right now, do Bluebird.
literally pushing you. Bottle
and red needles. Blue and red needles, guys. Careful. Over soon. And blue needles for sure.
Bluebird. About to push Bluebird's weak. I had 2 guys.
What's the Bluebird? They're on it.
They're down. Dude, I couldn't get it. Down here on me. I'm down here. I'm on my left. Another guy down here. I stuck him. Get up. I got an overkill. Woo! Stay alive. I'm pink 1. I am pink 1. Hey, I'm going to push red pink, guys. I'm going to push red pink. They keep going card. They keep going card. Red bridge. I'm behind red pink. Alright, I'm trying to. Part 2.
Red pink weak. Going to pink 2.
Look at pink 2. I need help.
Red pink super sure.
Come in one shot.
Careful.
16-7. If you're wondering what Mikwen's stats are, that's what they are. He has half of his team's kills. What a series coming out from Mikwen. Probably the best series of his life. And what a time to do it in the Halo World Championships against a team that you have not beat in quite some time. But you know what? We're going to switch on over to Team Liquid now and see what their communication is like and see if they can come back in this game. Only down 3 kills.
Yo, Blue Ridge, weak.
Yo, top middle,
Watch out, top middle.
flat.
One bullet top middle.
Okay. Try and live, guys. Try and live, guys.
Yeah.
Bridge. Yo, top middle weak.
Yo, B has a flank. B can flank in a second.
One shot, top middle, 2 shot. Yo, I have our flank on car.
I'm trying to help. Yo, 2 up top mid. Mid one set.
I'm one shot.
Red wall still, red wall.
Get up top, red wall. Get up top,
wall's
guys.
dead.
Nice.
Two guys.
Watch up car. Last
There's a guy blue car.
Oh, yo, he's red BR, red BR.
Okay, I'm looking red BR.
You go on P2, go on P2.
P2, I got it.
Yes, green gun.
I can look, I can look, I
One
can
shot,
look.
one shot.
I'm trying to help live.
I'm getting shot from red plat, bro. Red plat's killing me.
Are you
Blue
saying?
plat as well, blue plat as well.
I spawned red.
I'm
On my P, on my tunnel.
One shot, all.
One bullet. I died from plat,
I got one. I'm trying to live.
Nice Zane.
Where that?
Their car.
Get up top.
Yo,
Get up top.
car 4, and needles, and needles. One shot blue
Okay,
needles.
No car control.
And on my, 2 on me, 2 on my base, 2 on my base.
I'm hiding top mid, Zane.
Always one shot blue needles.
Top mid as well.
I'm drunk blue, guys. I'm weak as shit, bro.
Storm me top mid,
Red
guys.
hole,
Storm
red
me
hole,
top
red flat. Red hole, red
Blue car.
flat. Wait to help. Red
Storm me
car.
top mid, guys. Storm me top mid. They're all up top. Get up top, guys.
One shot red needles.
Live now. Live now.
Blue plat, bro.
Red needles or something.
Okay. Just slow down. It's fine. Top car.
Top P now.
Car 4,
Top car and top P.
Yeah, red P street.
Yeah, they're gonna push my car.
Fine. Overshield's 49. Overshield's 49.
Back car. Hiding back.
Okay.
Overshield's 49.
Overshield 49, guys. We
P2
gotta
and blue
make a
bridge.
good push here.
P2 and top of the bridge. I spawned red, guys. Live. Yeah, pink side.
49 OV.
49.
Guys.
The bridge kill me.
I'm on.
P2 really. I got P2.
Nice.
Over now.
Front blue on OV, Ola.
2 shot. Obi's up.
I got one. OV's up.
I burnt it at 44. I got it.
We got it.
Under blue.
I
got red needles or?
What's he doing?
Yeah, just sitting under blue one. Dead.
Shot red needles.
Get to break.
I have caster. I have caster as well.
Three.
Guys, get up top. Get up top car.
They might be blue. They might be blue.
I'm out of OV though. I'm going car.
You're fine.
I'm gonna go to bridge.
Alright, we need car control and.
Braden, I'm coming.
Yo, window weak. Yo, on my PR.
No challenging. No
Yo, weak guys push. They're all weak on the BR.
Okay.
You guys push.
Need a bridge.
Back right really weak.
Back right. Drop.
Blue BR.
I'm trying to push, guys. I'm trying to live.
You're Braden.
You guys gotta push. You guys gotta push if you can.
No, I'm gonna look at Braden.
This guy blue BR.
I'm weak. I'm shot in the car.
They're trying to get.
Right weak.
Side tells one bullet.
I got sniped down.
All weak on my plat.
I'm still there.
Watch out, blue needles.
No one there. Oh no, 2. Get Braden. Go.
I'm here.
Blue needles. One shot.
2 shots from plat. To right.
Behind us.
Behind me.
On the BR. Zane.
Shit. Yo, P1. One shot.
No death. We're not dying. We're not dying.
Go car now.
I'm getting a P. You guys go car.
Watch for.
And 45-43, this one is coming down to the wire. Probably not even going to see another overshield spawn. Mikwin missing a crucial melee after the performance he's been having. We could be looking at a 1-kill game, but it's still 2 as EnVyUs coming off spawn in red. Liquid's trying to work on the collapse.
Yeah, but you know what? Rain didn't see Pistola pop up on his radar. I don't know if anyone else saw that. Dave, Ghost, anyone see that guy pop up on the radar? No, just me. All right. So there was a guy behind him and he ran by. Pistola popped up on the radar. He saw 2 players in front of him, but it doesn't matter. Ended up getting traded either way. So let's see. Stellar with the green gun. This is huge. They need to stay alive here. Watch out for grenades. We may see another overshield, and if we do, it is going to be the most important overshield of these guys' lives to date.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have said it better there, Tom. The collapse is starting to work in. The players had to start pushing back. Stellar grabs 1, make that 2, 48-44. Numbers advantage, and the collapse coming in. Tom, that's going to do it. Team Liquid stays undefeated against Team EnVyUs and sends them down into the lower bracket. You can see them celebrating on your screen. I saw some smack talk coming out here from these guys. That was the series of the day. Team Liquid doing what they do best.